What's going on? First off, RIP Tafari Campbell. My condolences to his wife, his 2 children, his whole family. I have to say there's definitely something suspicious about his death so far. I have a lot of questions, not too many answers. Hopefully the answers will come out. So first they said he died paddleboarding by himself and the Obamas weren't on the island, right? Then the story changes. The Obamas were on the island and there was a second paddleboarder. So there's a second paddleboarder. He dies at 7:46 p.m. It's still light out. And he died in a pond. When I first heard the story, he died on Martha's Vineyard. I go to Martha's Vineyard, and whenever I'm swimming, people always tell me worry about the currents. Worry about the currents. And I've never had to worry about the currents, but apparently the currents in Martha's Vineyard are a thing that will make people drown. But he died in a pond. He died in a pond where there is no current. And he died in 8 feet of water, right? 8 feet of water in a pond. The pond, Edgartown, Great Pond. I looked it up on Google. The mean depth, the average depth is 4 feet. So he died in 8 feet of water, but the average depth of the pond, the mean depth, is 4 feet. That means it wouldn't have been hard for him to swim from where the 8 feet is to a place where he could at least stand up. And all right, so he died paddleboarding. I don't know if a lot of people know what paddleboarding is, but it's like a surfboard you stand on and you paddle, right? So you paddle while you're on the surfboard. So there's a chance you'll fall off, right? You know, you have to stand up. It's not like you're sitting on a boat and, you know, you're safe like that. You have to have some type of balance. And if you ever watch people like learning how to surf, they're falling off their surfboards all the time, but they get back up, they get back up, they get back on them, they get back on the surfboard because they know how to swim. And he did know how to swim. He posted videos of him knowing how to swim. He didn't have a life jacket, but obviously he felt he knew how to swim, so at least you could swim back to the paddleboard if you get off. So if you fall off the paddleboard, you swim back to the paddleboard, you get on the paddleboard. You don't need to swim too far. But he was a good swimmer. And this is where stuff gets suspicious about the second paddleboarder. Why aren't they naming who the second paddleboarder is, right? I don't know who the second paddleboarder is. This is some information we'd like to know. And who was the 911 caller? They're not releasing this information. And this is why people become conspiracy theorists, because they're not given all the information. So they come up with ways to fill in the blanks for the missing information. So that's why people are saying the second paddleboarder might be Barack Obama. I don't know too many black paddleboarders. Barack Obama is a famous paddleboarder. He does it in Hawaii. So if Tafari Campbell is paddleboarding with someone near the Obama residence, you would think it might be Barack Obama, someone in his family. So if it is someone who was with him, and this again is weird, you're paddleboarding with somebody, right? They drowned in 8 feet of water. I'm not the best swimmer in the world, but I think I could save someone from 8 feet of water. But this person does not save this person. Or let's say I couldn't save the person. I might not have my cell phone on me, right? Because I'm paddleboarding. I don't want to, get it wet. But wherever by the shore, wherever I dock, I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep my cell phone there. So you can go to the dock, make a cell phone, call 911, and it's in an area that's you're close to shore everywhere, right? So it's only a mile, 1 square mile of pond. So there's land to the left of you, land to the right of you, land north, land south, people there too, so you could yell. And one would think, right, that the Secret Service is here. The Secret Service protecting Barack Obama. He saw Secret Service protection. Something like this happens, you think they could get involved, and you think they could have at least a little bit of diving skills if you're having Secret Service protect someone on an island, right? So why couldn't the Secret Service dive and find someone in 8 feet of water? It's not like you need professional scuba divers to go to 8 feet. I could go down 8 feet. So these are the reasons people are suspicious. Rightfully so. I'm suspicious as well. And also I think it fits a pattern of people close to famous people, or not famous people, but people in power dying suspiciously. And the reason this happens is that in order to get in power in the United States in a kind of corrupt, crooked way, you need to have a lot of secrets. And the people who know secrets are the people who are close to you, your chefs, your aides, whoever. So these are the people who will know the dirt that politicians would do. This guy has worked with Obama for 15 years, first in the White House, and then Obama took him on as his personal chef after the White House. So he'd be living him in the house in Martha's Vineyard. I don't know if he'd live with them in their other house, but he's definitely living in the house in Martha's Vineyard. So he probably was overhearing a lot of conversations, knows a lot of different things. So this is why people are suspicious. What did he know? What was his relationship with Obama? Who was the second paddleboarder? Who was the 911 caller? They say the 911 call was made from 2 miles away. Why was the 911 call made from 2 miles away? That makes me think someone called someone and had them call 911 because they did not want to call 911. So they called someone else on the island to call it. So that's it. Again, I don't have any answers about this. I don't know. I have a lot of questions. If I were a police investigator, right, I would definitely look into everybody. I would look into his wife. Unfortunately, that's, you know, if you watch true crime, a lot of the time the wife winds up killing the husband, and a lot of the time they try and make it look like an accident. I would look at his employer, Barack Obama. I would look at the family members. There's a lot of investigation needed in this case, and I'm not sure if the Edgartown police is ready or willing to do so. But me personally, I would definitely investigate the Obamas. I just, you know, and maybe they had nothing to do with it. But I'm still the second paddleboarder. Like, come on, why isn't this person giving their name out? Why isn't the 911 caller giving their name out? These are things that people want to know. I know people have the rights to privacy, but when you have so much mystery in these things, and usually people, you know, we might do a TV interview or something. Oh, I saw him there, boom, 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 he died. It would be, this is a very important person connected to the President of the United States. So it's a big story. It's getting a lot of attention, but it's not getting a lot of answers. And I would like some answers, you know, just to clear things up. If Obama had nothing to do with it, yeah, let's get that out there. If Barack Obama possibly was the second paddleboarder and didn't save this guy, and this might be like a Chappaquiddick situation, he just froze up, don't want to be embarrassed, but he had nothing to do with his death, I'd like to know that. If this guy might have known something possibly that could, or been trying to leak something, or he could have had a personal relationship. Like 9 times out of 10, when someone is killed or they die suspiciously, and it's usually someone they know, someone they have some sort of relationship with, for a relationship that could have went bad. So what was his relationship with all the Obamas? The daughters, Michelle, Barack, any aides Barack might have had. But that's it, man. Just got a lot of questions. Hopefully I'll get some answers. Would love to find out who the second paddleboarder is. Love to find out who made the 911 call. Love to see, you would think there'd be video too, right? You know, this is the Obama mansion, so you think they would have cameras on the outside just in case people are trying to sneak up. Someone got an old vendetta against Obama, want to run up on him in Martha's Vineyard. You think Secret Service had cameras everywhere, cameras on the pond. So, you know, let's see, man. I just want to wait and see. I would like to see as much information. I would like to see video. I would like to hear audio. I would like to know who these people are. Just because there's a pattern of people close to powerful people dying suspiciously, and a lot of time it's conveniently. It's someone who might be a witness, someone who might have a vendetta against them, someone who might be leaking information about them, and these people die suspiciously. So that's it. Just a quick walk and talk, a little longer. This is in between a walk and talk and a reality theory. I'll probably do a whole episode real soon where I'll show you like the maps of the Edgartown pond, and you can see the depth. The median depth was 4 feet, so it's hard to die. Even if you can't swim, this guy could swim. He was 6'3". He could stand in 4 feet and walk to the shore. So this is all real suspicious. I want answers. We'll see if the government will give it. If not, the so-called conspiracy theorist is going to take the lead. They're going to get the answers, you know, and we'll see what answers they have, man. They might be a little crazy, but I'd rather have, you know, at least good journalists on it who, you know, who can find it out. But that's it, man. I'm going to close out on 10 minutes, man. Peace.